Let's see what happened. I don't see anything.
That's morning coffee. It's working.
Wow, did we do it?
I see us. I see you. I see me.
Yep. Cool. Alright. Nice work. Are we on Twitch
Nice
too?
work, baby.
Yeah, kind of. I'll turn you down.
Whoa, you have a giant guitar behind you.
I know.
It's so big.
Like, not even. Who could even play that size of guitar?
This hotel is definitely musical themed.
Giants. It is cold here.
We are also live on Twitch, which I don't love, but I'm not going to share anything there.
Yeah, I'll have to show you how to undo that when you're here.
It's so good. Well, hello. Jack Brew joined the Twitch. I don't see anybody on the YouTube chat. Oh, 5 people.
I don't either.
5 people are watching. Alright, that's not too bad. Alright. Man, it has been quite some time since we've done this.
It's been 2 weeks. 3?
Yeah.
Didn't we do one right before you left?
Did we?
Yeah, we did. You look so sleepy, Eric.
I am full sleepy. I had one of those nights where I fell asleep, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, and my left arm was completely dead. And I could slept on it. Yeah. Alright. Well, hello, everyone.
Hi, good
hello.
morning.
Hello on Twitch and hello on YouTube. So we are currently in Austin. Tina is in Pensacola and Frozen.
Oh, dope. I love when that happens.
Okay, so
Are you sure you didn't click off my screen?
I did, and that's on me. But if you're having conversations, join us. We will only be able to read the chat on YouTube because of that, because then Tina's screen will freeze if not.
Yeah.
So, head over to YouTube, and that's where you'll find us. Whale Pants.
Yeah, that's where we'll
YouTube.
be most interactive, so.
I'll share it in...
There's only one person over on the Twitch.
No, there's multiples.
Oh, mine hasn't updated then. Yeah, go to YouTube. Whale Pants. YouTube.com/whalepants.
Go there.
That's where you'll find us. Okay, well, hi. Good morning. James, Owen, Brian, Dan, Guardian, Paul, Olin. Okay, so how are you guys? You guys are the ones that are on the ground in Austin. How's that looking?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much coffee have you had this morning? Are you ready for... No, we're excited to hang out in Austin today and tomorrow, so we're going to make the most of where we are at.
Yes. That's it.
I'm going to go play Roy G today. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, he's going to go play Roy G. I have a video with GK Pro and a video with Ace Run. I have a video with Gatekeeper, a video with Ace Run, and then Gatekeeper wants you to do something else.
Dominic's not wrong. You sound like you're talking through a cassette player. I didn't know how to describe that, but that is so accurate.
We didn't change anything.
Summer Moon. All right.
You've sounded like that since
Try.
I got on the mic with you. Olin, yes, Eric did wake up about maybe tops.
Is that any better? No.
No, sir.
No. Oh, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know. I could just try that.
Say a few more things.
Testing. Nothing? No? Can't hear me?
No, I can't hear you at all.
Greetings from Norway. Heck
Testing.
Yeah. We're gonna be there soon.
The
Can
same?
hear you.
Is it the same?
A little bit.
Alright. Well, that's what we're just gonna live with it.
This is what you get.
We're gonna be robotic. I don't know if I have the willpower for this.
We call this retro.
Retro.
Lean in. I love it.
Lo-fi vibe. Nice. Okay. Roy G is awesome, and I'm jealous of James. Another kind of aspect of what is going on here in Austin is basically we are playing a tournament on a course that has not held a tournament before. And the last time that happened, I would probably say that was Portland Open a few years ago at Glen Eagles, the first time we went there. And I would potentially say again when we played Glen Eagles the following year, last year, at Portland Open. Those are the last times it's happened. But it feels like the Pro Tour was in control in those situations. This, potentially they were, potentially they weren't. I don't know. I would like to inquire as to figure out as to why. But we are on a property that is beautiful, and a lot of work has been done, and it's great, and we're in Austin, and that's awesome. But I don't think that this is the best product that the Pro Tour could put out for a brand new Elite Series in an amazing city. It sucks that we came here thinking Austin's going to be so sick, it's going to be amazing, and we're going to have so much fun. And then the golf that we end up playing is what feels like subpar. So, James and I have been battling with that. And I don't know if we're the only people who feel that way, so that's why we're not going to try and spread that around. We just have heard a general consensus that this isn't everyone's favorite, and that is okay. So, at the end of the day, we can provide feedback, but James put it perfectly. It is not our job to love the course. It is our job to figure out how to play the course and do our best as professional disc golfers. So we got to go figure out how to do our best and make sure we figure out what that's like. Bobby's in the background. She walked out. I saw that little brown girl.
She's pretty cute.
From the, I'd say, dozen or so pros that we've talked to and played with, that is the general consensus, yes.
Yeah.
There's too many holes that either don't play well or are just off and aren't going to score well. You know, if you have a couple of those, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a majority of the course that plays that way, it's a little frustrating. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I think that's it. We just, it will, there are a handful of holes that will not look great on coverage and aren't that much fun to throw as a player. Now, does every course need to be fun? Maybe not. But I mean,
that'd be great.
I would love that, right? Yeah. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Waco is fun.
Waco is fun.
Yeah, we usually wrap up, the tournament prior, so I don't know if you want to talk about Waco.
Yeah.
As well.
So that's what we'll say about Austin. Wish us luck, and that's where we'll leave it. We have best shot triples. We have best shot triples coming out. Will be next week. So, yeah, Jamie, that's accurate. Okay. Waco. I'll let James take this one, and then he can talk about how his went, because this man, top 10. Let's go, dude.
I had a blast. It was my first time in Waco. The woods holes definitely remind me of, NorCal golf, what I grew up playing. So I felt super comfortable in the woods. The open
So
holes,
fun.
depending on the wind direction, are super manageable. When you get the stiff headwinds, you gotta definitely like pick one disc that you trust and throw that one and hope it goes straight. But it was a great time. It was fun, playing for the lead for the most of the tournament, and felt pretty comfortable being on that lead card, which I had not experienced in the past. So that was kind of a confidence boost for me, and can't wait to be back there.
It's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah, Waco's one of my favorite courses. I just love the variety. I feel like there's not a lot of courses that have almost an equal amount of woods to open but still challenging golf. It's just that variety doesn't exist in a lot of places, and I love it. And it's challenging, but so satisfying if you hit the line like you wanted. It's just the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
The
because
rough
the
is
fairways are so
rough there.
skinny.
Yeah, the fairways are tight. They're short, but the rough is rough. So if you're off, scrambling sometimes is impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
a blast.
super satisfying when you hit the line. I heard next year we might be half at Brazos, half at a golf course.
From what some players who played it, they said it was tough. But it was like they put the AMs over there, so they were like, "Yeah, we shouldn't be over here. This is not made for the pros."
Yeah. But yeah, no, the mix of open and wooded, you don't get that on one course. You get it like when you go to,
When you have
Vermont
two.
and play two courses. But
Yeah,
to have that on one course is super special.
Dominic T, 15 is probably one of the weakest holes on the course, and there's a handful of options that could potentially fix it, but I mean, it's not a great par 4. That's why they shifted it to a par 3, but if it immediately becomes a headwind, it's no longer a par 3. And it's difficult to make wind-based pars because Waco definitely is one of those courses where when you have a specific wind, the hole gets harder. But the wind is often, switching between two winds in particular. So like on 18, headwind or tailwind. That's what you get. There's not much crosswind, not much happening. When it's a headwind, feels like a par 4. When it's a tailwind, it's like this is a par 3 all day. Same thing with 15. 15 feels attainable when it's a tailwind, but it feels impossible.
Is 15 the one that people always hit people on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always. Always.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not the first and you're not going to be the last.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And I think it's that's another whole conversation of pod people, our fish in the chat. If you go to a tournament, be aware. Be aware if anyone, just think about almost at every moment, can a player who is throwing see me moving? And if the answer is yes, stand still. Like, stop moving.
That one's tricky too because it parallels 18, and 18 is obviously more fun to watch.
Yeah.
So you got 300 people
aren't paying attention.
Yeah, facing the opposite direction, paying attention to a whole different hole when you're trying to throw, and then you're screaming 4, and they have no idea what's going on because they're looking at 18.
I was wailing. I was screaming so loud. Like, I knew it. Like, and even some people were saying that this was coming back in bounds. It's like, yeah, on a prayer, it was coming back in bounds. Like, but it was not the shot that I was intending to throw. I just pulled it slightly, and be aware. It's like what Scar said. Be aware, right? That's the line.
Not sure about that. We might have to fact check.
Don't fact check it. Just
trust him.
Oh, that's funny.
How
you
are
guys have
you?
any plans to do like fun stuff while you're in Austin? Are you doing anything?
I have a WoW friend named Neil. Rain Chaos is his
You have
WoW name.
friends in every city, don't you?
I know. He is Austin local. He's gonna take us to a Thai place that he was like this is the Thai place, and it's a 24-hour Thai place too. So
I'm so jealous.
we're probably gonna look to meet up with him. I think on Friday, and it's going to be awesome. He's super nice dude. I'm excited to meet him in person. I think he's like in a band, long hair, tatted up. So I'm just like kind of really excited to like meet him in person because when you like he's just super nice and funny, and I just like I don't know like being able.
But you don't know that because everyone's different online versus in person.
That is true. Tyler was very different from what I expected.
Yeah.
But that's not in a bad way. It's just like you can tell
Yeah, it's just
how
different.
People's mannerisms change from real life to video games. When you're behind a screen or a keyboard, it can.
I mean, we've had that with the pod too. Like, people come off a certain way on Discord or in our video games, and then you meet them in person, you're like, whoa, you're totally different. Or like, just have like a quirky personality, or they're shy or something. It's just kind of fun. I actually enjoy that.
Nah, Chaser, I don't think that's not the quote. You're wrong.
Everyone said prepared, Eric.
No, it's be aware. I'm almost positive. I hope everybody understands that I'm joking. That I know that it's not be aware.
Be aware.
But I'm gonna keep
how about
saying.
You, James? You doing anything like music related, or have you been to Austin before?
Never been to Austin. We're not gonna play golf at all tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna go hang out, explore Austin tomorrow.
Yeah.
I might do a little bit of that today. If we get a nice day, I want to check out that swim spot that Eagle was going to.
Barton Springs.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, isn't that on Ryan Trahan's?
Yeah.
Video, Eric?
It is. Yeah.
We were trying to get a hold of Ryan Trahan. I don't know if y'all watch his YouTube channel at all, but Eric and I are big fans.
Go comment on all his stuff, and then say that you should hang out with @the Eric Oakley.
Yeah, Eric sent him a couple messages like, hey, I'm in your city and I'd love to just meet up or buy you coffee or show you how to play disc golf or whatever. So I think that would be sweet. But obviously, A, he has to be in town. B, he has to check his messages. And Eric doesn't have that blue check yet, so...
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of followers, but not the check.
You gotta be
but you don't see it unless you click on your profile. So
everybody just starts searching for me daily, and that'll help.
Yeah, Ryan's cool though, and he did this video, and he goes to Barton Springs, and yeah, it's like a cool little swimming hole in Austin.
Do you have any recommendations for us, Tina?
Well, it's a foodie city. I'm sure you already know that.
Yeah.
Like, any food truck you go to is like the best restaurant you've ever been to. It's really great.
We went to El Taquito, which is like the taco spot that I went like 14 or 15 years ago when I first came to Austin with my homies that went to UT Austin. So that place was bomb.
It was good.
But I haven't done much else. We do need good food.
Yeah, though. And then we went to, they have Augustus Fried Chicken, which is actually a Memphis-based fried chicken restaurant that Eric and I love, but I think the first one we ever went to was actually in Austin. And so they have like kind of spicy fried chicken. Not quite Nashville style, but like...
Salt Lake is good.
That was the original hot chicken for us. Love it. Love it so much.
So I think the hard part is that currently the city is like slammed because it's South by Southwest is happening downtown. So
yeah, but that in itself is really fun. Paige and Alyssa and Nate and I went down one of the nights of Waco a couple of years ago, and there's like free shows and there's people just on the streets playing music for free. And I don't know, if you're feeling like you want that music energy, it can be really fun.
I think we should just
great people watching.
Uber into the city tomorrow.
Just walk around
and check it all out.
I could be down.
It might be fun.
Yeah. And then maybe a fun fact that some of you know, but some of you may not. Our first child, our little Duders.
Oh yeah, she's an Austin kitty.
Yeah, we actually got her in Austin.
Nice.
Robert McCall and Shay used to live in Austin. He used to work for Dynamic Disc, if you didn't know. And so we stayed with them early. I mean, this is, 5 years ago now? It's about 5?
Something like that.
Oh, this is a funny story, actually. So, Stephanie, she had sent me a message, or she had posted it.
Stephanie Vincent. Yeah.
That there was a free cat adoption in Austin.
Free pet
and I woke
adoption.
Eric up and I said, "Hey, Eric, they have free cat adoption today here." And he said, "Don't joke about that." He was so I'm not even, it wasn't Eric being funny even. He was so serious. Like, don't even bring that up unless you mean it. And so I took like an hour or 2 to think about it and then woke him back up and was like, I think we should do it. So we did. We went and looked at cats. There was one other that we thought about getting. His name was Saturn and he only had one eye.
He's really cute.
But he was so sweet and he purred so loud, and but he was in a foster home at the time, so it was like all these rescue cats that were stuck with 30 other cats in their cage or whatever. And I had my hair in a braid like I usually do, and Spout came up and was just like batting around my braid, and we just fell in love with her. So we were trying to choose between the two, and the lady's like, well, Spout doesn't, well, her name was Allison at the time, but she doesn't have a home to go home to. Like, she's stuck here with all these other cats. So that's kind of what did it for us. Yeah. And then, Eric, do you want to tell the part about almost not being able to take her?
Yeah. So I, at that time, hadn't been living in Texas for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. 2 years almost at that point. But I still had my Texas driver's license since it hadn't expired. And we get down there and they're like going through, we're doing all the paperwork. We're almost done. She's like, "Oh, can I see your ID?" "Yeah, I just had to make sure you were from Texas." And I was like,
at the end.
What? Yeah, at the end I was like, yeah, I'm from Texas. Totally from Texas. And bam.
We got really lucky with that.
Yeah, it worked out super well. I'm sure we could have figured it out. Somebody could have signed it.
I don't know.
Us, but...
Well, and they kept asking about, like, our house, and we're like, oh my god, our house is parked in the parking lot right now. Like, we're literally bringing her. I remember getting a carrier for her.
Yeah.
But, like, they didn't know we're literally just going to let her go in an RV when we get to the parking lot.
Yeah.
But that's the story of Spout. And we love her. She's still a little crazy, but she's real sweet.
And then Hershey's a Pensacola kitty, and Bobby's a Fort Walton Beach kitty.
Fort Walton Beach. Yeah.
Where's that?
About an hour from us.
Okay.
Yeah. Where Tyler Searle, he drives the Latitude 64 RV down and does like the South 64 tour and everything. He's awesome. You'd love him. Tyler's the man.
Yeah, he's great. I kind of forget that Spout's a Texan. She's so small and quiet.
Yeah. Yeah. Paul Hill.
Dominic.
Paul Hill.
Dominic wants to know what's going on for me other than firing clay all the time. I do have a lot of clay stuff going on, but actually today I'm working on a piece for Mr. Beast. He did like a call for artists for this wall he has that's like blank, so I'm doing his logo in ceramics. And my friend Allie, who I went to Costa Rica with, she suggested making like a hamburger since they have Mr. Beast burger. So I might make a clay hamburger as well. We'll see if I have time. That's going on, and then I'm just like, well, actually, can I plug myself for just a second?
Tina, take the wheel. I'm pretty sure that's the lyric too.
Take the wheel. Yeah, that's the saying.
Yeah, it's be aware and Tina, take the wheel. Duh.
So I already like mentioned it, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop it again. Like it's hot.
That's
because it is. Oh my god. Sorry, I've got some energy today. So, Whalesex has a YouTube channel now, and
oh, what?
yes,
No way.
I know. Celebrate, holla. So basically, the point of the YouTube channel is to give me a place to.
Easy sub.
Yeah,
Easy
please go
sub.
subscribe. That's why I posted it, and there's gonna be. It's like really cool behind the scenes things. I don't even want to call it updates. It will be updates as things change. I have a notebook
You're an update.
full of ideas and things for whale sacks, which is really exciting and cool.
You're an update.
But did my link not work? Oh, it didn't go out because I'm not.
Yeah, you're an update.
You. Okay, thank you. So yeah, it's like we have a lot of cool things that we do, and no one even knows about it. Like, I don't talk about it. I haven't told people these stories about how we do the things the way that we do it. And I already spoke about the Tucson Disc Golf Industry Conference, which was really like eye-opening and really rejuvenating for me. So now I have, like I said, this notebook full of ideas that we're gonna like implement over the next. It's probably gonna take a couple years to do everything that I want to do, which is okay. But there's plenty to share about what we do and why we do it, and so that's what the YouTube channel is for. It's like to have a place for these cool things that we're doing, and most of them will be in like a really intimate setting, so it's literally just me talking to you about what the heck we're doing. And one of my other things that I really want to do project-wise, I haven't really talked to anybody about this, I don't think, except Eric. I want to start interviewing other businesses that are like-minded or like sustainability focused and that like have decided to keep their morals in their business. Something that's really important to me. So I want to like support and share the stories of other businesses, other business owners that that are doing things differently. I just think that's like a really cool story. It really interests me. So it gives me the platform to interview other business owners, learn from them. They can learn from me. We can learn together and just kind of like boost each other up. And yeah, so that's also going to go on the Whale Sacks channel. It seems kind of strange being just like this grip bag company and then like what is this idea? But I don't care. It's what I want to do. I'm really excited about it, and it gives me an opportunity to, you know, like further our connections and like just network in a way that we haven't before. I loved the industry conference, just being able to speak to other business owners. It really like there's so much there that none of us know, and everyone's looking for inspiration and looking for that connection. So I kind of want to just encourage that and grow that a little bit more. And so having a focused way to do it and be able to share it with everyone else is like, it's what I want to do. So.
A small like segue from that is that I think that the acquisition of Dynamic Disc, the House of Discs thing that happened recently this past week that was announced. Did you see that?
No, I mean I knew it was happening, but I didn't know.
Yeah, so it was announced, but this is like it runs into that same concept of what we saw at the Disc Golf Industry Conference, is that there's so many people who are in these disc golf companies, but they aren't very business savvy because they're all a lot of startup businesses. They're all people who came from other walks of life. I mean, Tina, before that, was a banker, was a handful of things. Nice, James is promoting his code already. Bam.
Yeah, I was just gonna, we just put James' new Whale Sacks on the website.
The cereal, they look so good.
Yeah.
It's so funny, James. I love it so much.
Yeah, but that like the whole point is that we're starting to get people who actually understand how to push businesses forward. Where I think a lot of the business owners in disc golf came from places where they never knew how to handle $1 million companies. And now these companies are pushing more and more and more and more money. they're not even close to understanding how to do hundreds of millions of dollars and things like that. So I think that those types of things are really good. That's why this whole like talking with people in the industry and getting more connections is really good, because people can actually relate to that. Like, and I mean, Tina has talked to me about this a bunch. With there are multiple ways to run your business, and I think there's two ways in particular that are more common, and that's like, one, you're doing it for profit, for money, for all this stuff, and sometimes you lose sight of that human nature, or you choose for your company to be great, and in that regard is you are taking care of people, you are um, being conscious of what your products are doing to the environment, what you're doing in all of those aspects. And to me, that's where it's just kind of dependent on how you want the company to go, and why Tina talking with all these business owners, why the industry conference was so good, is because we're starting to actually have more of that conversation is happening. More people are starting to understand where to take their businesses, how to push their businesses forward, and yeah, it's one reason why I'm such a big fan of Tina, is that she sees the bigger picture. She wants her company to be great. She wants to take care of the world and the people that are involved, and that is not always seen in companies. Go ahead.
I do want to slightly interject and mention
Please.
that, like, you can be a for-profit business and still have morals, and that's really like what I want to show, is that, like, you know, we're making choices to make sure that the humans that we know, the humans in our lives, are the ones having the money. Like, we don't have a distributor. We don't pay a distributor to send out our stuff. We could have, but we decided Steph gets that money. She can do that job. And like, most of our decisions along the way are to keep it inside of our business family, basically, instead of outsourcing, instead of you know, just making those decisions that are like, oh, we're going to make X cents more on this product if we take that job away from this person.
Yeah.
And like, we're just doing the opposite of that. And we will find ways, like other ways to be, you know, profitable. We're still profitable. It's just, you know, we're not going to penny pinch on this thing and make this massive decision to take that job away from somebody.
Yeah.
You know, that's not worth it to us. So that's like, you can do both. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to choose profits or morals. They both do exist, and actually, you know, you end up with a much closer knit community and like connection to your customers, because they get that and they appreciate that, and it feels more like, I don't know. My first video on the YouTube channel is about how the business is me. The way the business runs is like a nice human. That's kind of what I say. Like, the business is run the same way that I would want my relationships with the people around me to be. So, yeah, and I think it's easy. So many times people are like, oh, it's not personal, it's business. And it's like, there are people behind business. Business is always personal. There is that is not a good excuse.
Yeah.
To screw people over or make, you know, yeah, like, decisions have to be made. The hard decisions have to be made. You can't pay everybody $1 million. Like, that's not how it works. But there are certainly decisions to be made that are pro-human versus pro-profit. And
Yeah.
that's just kind of, I'll get off my soapbox now. But that's like where I'm at right now. I really have just found this new passion for kind of just making sure that we're not being lazy in any department of our business, and like, is there anything we're doing that doesn't work for them or isn't as, you know, just like making sure that we're directing things in the right direction. So
yeah, I think it's there have been companies now being in the open bag market that it's been easy to support some companies, just because you can tell they care about their people. They may be smaller. I mean, I got to spend time with Zak Benson, owner of Terminal Velocity. He caddied for me in round 2, and I got to really kind of understand what he wants to do, and his relationship with the person who's manufacturing his discs is great, and he just is like, I want to do good things. He's like, you've supported the Ursus, so I'm gonna run you some Ursus. Like, I know that, usually there's this whole like back and forth. He's like, I want to cover some of the costs, so Infinite will buy more, and we can promote him. And it's like,
Cool.
that's the type of person who's not looking at it of like, I want to have Eric Oakley promote the Ursus so I can make more money. He's like, I'll make money. That's not the problem. He's like, but I want to find ways to support and create a better relationship. It's that concept, and you don't see that enough in business. Of these people are seeing, I think, Tina included, seeing the bigger picture of creating cool opportunities and taking care of people can go a really, really, really long way. Yeah.
I will say it's not like that's not the default, especially in America.
Mhm.
Like, you kind of have to see through the bullshit, if that makes any sense. Like, being around other business owners or just people in general, you start to like, oh, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not, doing these things to like make more money, then you're never gonna succeed. And like, there's so many of those statements that you hear or that are taught or whatever that like your business is gonna fail if you do ABC, and it's just not the case. And there's so much of that that exists in the world. Having to like always have a filter that's like, I'm going to analyze that and see if it aligns with me or see if it's true, or not everything you hear is fact. And that's like, it's kind of difficult when you're like talking to this big company. Obviously they know what they're doing, right? But that doesn't mean that that's how you want to do your stuff. And so that's kind of been the challenge for me. Is I've heard so much bad advice. It's not bad advice necessarily, but it does not align with me. And the less that the more that you're doing that doesn't align with you, the less you're even interested in your business. I felt that way. B, like, it's not going to be you, and people are going to be less interested in that business because it doesn't represent who you are. At least for us, we're such a close-knit community in disc golf. Like, it matters who is behind the business. If you're a jerk, no one's going to buy something from a jerk. Like, people stop buying stuff from people that they find out are mean people, It just, like, it does matter, the face behind it, and therefore the decisions that are made. So, just saying, it's not super easy. There's free advice everywhere, and it's not all good, and it doesn't all apply to you. And I just think that's really important. So.
Nice.
I said I was gonna get off my soapbox like 10 minutes ago, but here I am.
Keep standing, baby.
I'm very passionate about this, if you can't tell. I care.
It's a good thing to be passionate about. You want people to be good humans, and you want to take care of humans, and you want to do good things. So
yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, and I want to show that it's possible to have a successful business that people like without doing the bad business practices. I want to show that we can be a little more old school. You can be focused on relationships and community, and still succeed. I think that example doesn't exist in the way that I'd like it to. So why not be that myself?
And we've seen what has happened with some of the companies we're working with now, like working with Infinite, working with these other companies, is they don't look at it as trying to squash anyone, the competition or anything. Like Dot Space is in that realm of they are just wanting people to be happy and push out really cool, artistic, thought-provoking designs, and that's where they are. They don't, they're not trying to make sure that nobody else can foil stamps or anything like that. They're just like, no, we're gonna use our designs to create cool, like use our concepts to create cool designs that people will enjoy. And then you look at Clash as this new company, and they are just like all in on so many different avenues of making disc golf better, and they just see a lot of positives, and that's why they're also cool with the open bag concept. They don't want to squash anybody. They're like, well, if you have some holes in your bag that we can't fill, cool, throw those discs, and that bleeds into it. And then Infinite doesn't they're providing a service that allows for any person, any company to wholesale through them. And they're not just going to offer them only Infinite product. They're going to offer a bunch of different brands, including Clash. I think they were wholesaling for Lone Star for a while. I think Lone Star's probably taken that back over. But they were doing these things as a way to help everyone grow. They weren't thinking about it as like, well, if we do that, we make a little less money and don't move our product that we make the most money on, and so on down the line. No, they were just like, no, 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 this is really good. We are going to continue to support all of these companies and be this company that takes care of everyone, gives the small brands a avenue to sell stuff in the States and online, and to be wholesaled to shops so that those can end up in places. That's where Infinite went. They could have easily have taken a lot of the product they got from Yukun or RPM or somebody else and wholesaled those at a higher price, or not wholesale those, and so they were the only people you could get it from. But they chose not to do that.
Yeah.
And that again is where this whole concept lines, is that you're talking about companies that are seeing bigger pictures. They're not only thinking about the dollar value at the end of the day. They're looking at it as like, how can we make everyone win? Because the more people who are excited about disc golf, they know that Infinite is going to get more money, Clash is going to get more money, Thought Space is going to get more money, Whale Sex is going to get more money, because people are excited about disc golf.
There's a few people that think like that. Yes. I wish there were more.
Yes, I do.
But I think we're heading that way. I think as new small companies like come into disc golf, I think that's a little more understood. I think it's probably the bigger ones that are feeling that way, which sucks because that definitely dictates a lot of how our sport is run, how events are run. I think that does exist in a really large way, but I'm also very excited that there is a community of smaller businesses that are on the other side where they want everyone to succeed, and I think that's just where I align, so that's who I'm going to surround myself with,
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and the open bag thing with Infinite, it's just so cool, and I think it's really showing good things. Like, Eric, we've talked about this many times, but you guys are in this situation where the discs you throw, you genuinely love.
Yeah.
Because you could throw anything. And human people, fans that follow disc golf are like, it's just so much easier to relate to that and be behind. Yeah, like, I know they're throwing that because they like it, not because they're required to. It changes everything. So I think that's a cool thing that's stepping into disc golf. Obviously, it's great for you guys just having that flexibility to work with other companies and be supported by so many things, or so many different companies. But I think it's great for the fans. I think it's awesome for the fans to have that, and it's so new now, and you're seeing how much the fans love it. Fans of disc golf, not even fans of you guys, fans of disc golf love that they have a pro's perspective that they can trust.
Yeah.
That's dope.
We're making a lot of other pros jealous, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So jealous, for sure.
You'd be amazed at some of the people that are, dang, I'm bored, I've been with the same sponsor for 6 years, or dang, I wish I could throw that, blah, blah, blah. So, it's pretty fun.
Yep.
Speaking of, click that link. It's not malware or a virus, but it is a link to Team Fundraiser Whale Sacks. Most importantly, right in the middle at the front of the page, James Proctor and his cereal whale sacks. They're so sick. So go check them out. Killer Whale Proctor, if you want to support him. They look good. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to.
No, I'm glad you did that because I can't post links. And I copied it, but I couldn't post it, so.
All good.
I'll go way back in the chat. I don't even remember who said it, but I have one of the proto Eric Oakley spices that I love for backhand. I haven't dialed in the release for forehand yet. I'm going to try one of the new ones. We're picking them up tomorrow.
Yeah. We're not in a place where this course is not a spice course. This is if you're throwing a forehand, it's probably a distance driver.
I'm going destroyer forehand.
Yeah. So when we were in Waco, it would have been good, but at the same time, it's like James is like, I need to throw the consistent shot. He was throwing more turnover backhands than he was forehands. Yeah. So it's in that realm of like, hey, get it. We're gonna get him on the spice here soon.
I'm getting on the spice.
Jacob Curtis has to bag a spice too, since he got beat up in that third round. Get wrecked.
I do. And someone asked about the cookie. Clash. All I'm gonna say is Clash has super exciting things coming up that I haven't even tested yet. So it'll be here. It'll be a little bit, but stay on the lookout for that. There will be some James Proctor Halo Centurions at some point, and also some Glow Botems from ThoughtSpace. So lots of cool stuff coming this year. It's just going to take a little bit of time. But for now, I do have a Dynasty in my bag. I love it. I don't have 3 like some people, but and I am bagging an Ursus now too, which is a sweet disc. It was definitely kind of a gap utility shot in my bag, and I'm stoked on it. So still learning all these new discs. Still got a bunch of exciting things in the works, but so far we're 2.5, 3 weeks in, and nothing but good stuff over here.
I think it's a cool part that about the open bag concept is that, we have our in the bags, but our bag can change in a month, can change for every single event we play.
My bag changes more than I would like to admit, but I'm just throwing stuff in and out right now, just seeing how it flies, seeing if it's gonna stay in. So yeah, I should do a bag update because it's totally different than the one from Vegas. But
that's crazy.
we have such a I don't know. We've the fan base and everything, and being able to build the teams that how they've come. Adding Withers to Clash, along with Erica, and it's a really cool concept because understanding Clash sees a lot of really good things, and then you talk about the players that ThoughtSpace added. It's like, man, these are so many people and humans that I've looked up to and or have had great relationships with. Yeah. Same thing with Infinite. It's like there's a lot of really cool concepts that come into that, and I don't know, it's like the Whale Sacks family that has been built as well feels super, super cool. Can we say the person that got added? Are we waiting on that, Tina, as a announcement?
I think that the pod, anyone that comes to morning coffee is always privy to early information.
Okay.
So I'm totally fine with that. We're announcing it on Thursday, so it's not like it's going to be...
All right, well, spoiler for those who would rather wait till Thursday, but you can plug your ears.
I don't think that's how it works.
Mute your devices. We got Ella Hansen, which is awesome, especially after her performance at Waco. I know it was a tough finish for her.
Goosebumps.
But
I'm so excited.
Ella is amazing. She's such a great person. She's doing stuff with Uplay. She's got the right attitude, and she wants it, and you could see it at Waco, and I think Waco is only going to make her a better player.
And she kills it as the caddy as well.
Yeah, she does. James had a caddy in that final round. It was sweet. No, just
nice. That's amazing.
It's awesome. Very, very cool. Ella is dope. So that was she told me one of the practice rounds at Waco. She's like, yeah, I finally came around. So I came around to what? She's like, oh, I'm signing with Whale Sacks. I was like, oh, let's go. I knew we had talked about it. She's like, yeah, I'm sorry I was late on that. I was thinking that I had more involved in it. Everybody does. Everybody thinks that I'm way more involved with Whale Sacks, but I am just a ambassador and a promoter for Whale Sacks. I hope everybody can understand that. I have done some of the processes of whaling a long time ago, and now this is. I am just a representative. I am not as involved as people think I am, but I guess it does mean that I am doing a good job as being a representative.
You're a great promoter, darling. Yeah. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So that's.
You got fired as a whaler pretty
very fast. I have 10 thumbs. I can't do anything. So basically, I think the cool part is that we have this really awesome team that is coming together. and people are excited about the people on the team, and honestly, whale sacks are a thing that people can get, and now we're able to add more designs and do really cool things within that team. So please, make sure you constantly check the Whale Sacks website to check that out. Tell your retailers to buy them because they're amazing. But to the point is that having these really tight knit teams of people is just awesome, and this is an individual sport, but what you saw after the final putt dropped for the FPO, you saw what it meant not only to Ella but to her crew. I think that was a really special moment, and I was it was Chandler was there, James was there. I was just about to tee off, so I was able to give Ella some hype after it was done, even though it wasn't that moment that she wanted. But she's a person that we all are connected with because we see her work ethic, and I think that's where disc golf stops being an individual sport, because we care and we want our friends and teammates. Even again, being an individual sport, it's still a team, and it feels a lot more like family. Yeah.
I love it. I love seeing that. Like, I don't know. There's just something about that I feel like in other sports you just don't really see that. Like, all of the competitors coming and like running and hugging. Like, it's just not really a thing.
Yeah.
I just think that's really cool about disc golf.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's yeah, I guess I'll get off my soapbox. Take care of people. Look out for your homies. Keeping good. I do. I was wondering if you had it in front of you. Just been holding the mallets the whole time.
I wonder if it sounds bad though.
Didn't sound that bad on our end.
Got my little happy drum.
So good. So good. Yeah. Well, we got probably about go for another 8 or 9 minutes. That'll put us right in an hour. So this has been
questions.
Yeah, we'll get some questions in. We'll wrap it up.
If
you got anything you want to get on a soapbox for, James?
You covered it. If I feel inspired, I'll hop on. But
we've all had our moments on the having a platform. So yeah, let's answer some questions from the chat. Might not get all of them, but we'll try. Unless nobody wants to answer any questions, then we can just go. Then we can leave now. That's fine.
Get our second cup of coffee.
I am gonna put a sink outside today.
Nice.
I bought a sink for my outdoors, and I'm gonna make that Mr. Beast thing.
Nice.
That's my today's plan.
Bam.
There it is. What tournament are you guys excited for the most this year?
Oh, definitely the whole Europe swing.
Yeah.
That trip is too fun.
I'm gonna tack into that, and also I might be playing the event at the Åland Disc Golf Center, or like that island in Finland. It's just like a disc golf paradise. So that is, I think, my new one that I'm excited about since it's new. I think I'm excited also to go back to Sweden for Skellefteå, but also we're gonna go for the Lundeparken Disc Golf Open as well. Instead of doing Beaver State. So that'll be sweet. Definitely excited for that. Tina, you excited for any tournaments? Ooh, PEI is on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither way.
Yeah, I guess probably all the same. If it's international, I'm excited about it. I might be going to Champions Cup and or Nashville. Haven't really figured that out yet, so I always love those. I'm just depends on how I'm feeling. But anything international, I'm very excited for.
Thomas Walker asks, how do we like the Halo blend of the Dynasty? We love it. Did a whole video on the different stabilities for it. James slams on that disc super, super well. It's a 9-speed that we can throw very straight with a lot of power. And this run, we can throw it with more power than the previous runs because of its extra stability. And I love it for a forehand and a backhand.
Yeah, I don't throw it forehand, but backhand, it's, if I can't reach it with a T-bird or a Vodum, then I pull that out and it's money. It's kind of those tweener holes where if either on a par 4 where you want to keep it straight and get down the fairway, or like a tough par 3 where I'm like, dang, I don't want to throw a destroyer and I can't reach it with, then I pull out the Dynasty and it's money for it. So,
every time.
yeah, it's got a great flight. It handles my power. It flips up and just cruises straight for, longer than I would expect. So, super solid disc. I had the Glow
Metal
Flake last year.
Mm-hmm.
Similar flight, but I took that out and threw the Halo in just because it looks good and had to support my boys. So,
Yo, let's go, baby.
money disc, super good disc.
The Rays is the new disc we're getting. Ursa, yes, it's probably going to be super good, no doubt. James, waffles or pancakes?
Phew, that's tough.
Hey,
Depends. We've been hitting some sweet waffle makers on the road, so lately it's been all waffles, but you give me a good banana pancake or something good in there.
All right, Jack Johnson.
I like pancakes. Both. I'll take one
not?
of each.
Why not?
One of each, please.
One of each.
It is.
All right, lightning around the rest of them, right?
All right. Bagel sacks for Ella. Yes.
Definitely.
I played one game of Valorant and I missed the whole morning. Nice, Dad. Do you guys need a caddy for Ledgestone? All depends on if Charlie comes for me. He's generally come to Ledgestone, so I might not. Do you want any?
I might be down for a caddy, yeah, especially those 4-rounders. Having a caddy's huge.
So RMJ, make sure you hit up James. That'd be sweet. Graham Creek is awesome, Steve, for sure. You should try and play Serpent Hill in Shaleftia. We will look into it. That'll be awesome. Who knows if we'll have it. Yeah, James smashed it on the par 4, 691. Easy money. Texas Ty, thank you so much.
Texas
A
tie.
little cheers. You got some coffee in there? Just got a cup. Awesome. Dominic T, if they ever want us on, we'll let them know.
They don't want this smoke.
Joe always, Chipotle is always on the docket. It's so good. I love Chipotle. Well, cool.
Yelta, yeah, we posted it in the chat.
Yeah, they're so good.
I'm super stoked on my
If
wheel
he's not
sacks.
excited, I sure am.
They
That's
turned
so
out
funny.
so good.
We had,
Okay, amazing.
yeah.
Thank you guys for joining us this morning. We are
Thanks.
definitely going to do our darndest to be back at this every week. I had a meeting with Jesse from Trash Panda last week. And I was like, yeah, we do morning coffee every week. And he was on my YouTube channel, which I didn't know about. And he was like, is it every week or every month? And I was like, okay. Don't judge me.
Roasted.
We took a couple weeks off. I was in Costa Rica. But, yeah, so I really want to get back to weekly. I miss you guys if we don't do this every week. So we will do our best. Sometimes life gets in the way. Tour gets in the way. Travel gets in the way. But, yeah, I think we should just make it a point. We don't always do it on the same day anymore. Sorry about that. But we just kind of have to go with the flow. We have a weird life. That's just how it is.
For real.
So, thanks for being here. We
Yeah.
love you.
Thank you, everyone.
James, any last words?
It was a pleasure to join you guys. I'm looking forward to the one next week.
Yeah,
Yay!
we'll be there. All right, everyone. Have an awesome, what is it? Wednesday.
I don't even know what day it is.
It's Wednesday. All right.
Wednesday sounds good.
Enjoy your week. Make sure you guys check all of the media teams that are covering the Open at Austin. Give them some love because they're providing a lot of really cool opportunities for us to be seen. So yes.
And please go subscribe to the Whale